Thank you. Senator Niall O'Donnell, you have 5 minutes.
Well, I agree and concur with a lot of members' remarks in terms of the unanimous agreement in this House. It always makes for a much more pleasant evening for me, given the experience of recent weeks. So I thank colleagues for that. But to return to the more serious element of tonight's motion and the purpose of it, I really want to begin by recognising and noting just the significance and the importance of the remarks made by the Taoiseach after his meeting with the Finucane family, and indeed again in this chamber yesterday in response to my own party leader, Mary Lou MacDonald, when she asked about the inquiry. I also want to note the significance and the importance of the Minister's remarks here tonight and what they mean for the Finucane family, what they mean for us as citizens and people who have put our name and given our support to a motion like this tonight. We are, in fact, very much at one here tonight. And I did note, Minister, like Senator Bacic, your remarks that a public inquiry by the British government would be significant in terms of reconciliation and the healing that's required. And I think, while the determination and the tenacity of the Finucane family has been acknowledged and noted here tonight, at the heart of this is a family who want justice, who want a wrong to be righted, who want that injustice to be healed, and for them to have truth and justice representative and on behalf of all of those families who fell victim to the policy of state collusion, but also, colleagues have mentioned here tonight, all of the other victims of the conflict, people who were hurt by Republicans. And that's why it's so important, because I agree, that's why Republicans have signed up to the Stormont House Agreement. It's why all of the parties in the North, the two governments, signed up to the Stormont House Agreement. And I would remind colleagues that much like the reneging on the commitment at Weston Park and so many other commitments in relation to the Finucane inquiry, there is only one signatory to that agreement who is reneging from the Stormont House Agreement. So I say to colleagues, I say to the Minister, I say to people who are watching out there, let's have what was agreed at Stormont House implemented, and implemented fully on behalf of everyone who suffered a loss or a hurt or a trauma as a result of the conflict. And it's also important to remember, Cathaoirleach, in all of the reflections on Pat Finucane and his work here tonight, that Pat Finucane represented without fear or favour. He represented people from every tradition and every community in the North, because he was a servant of the court. He worked on behalf of victims. He worked to stand up for human rights, because he used the law to seek to dismantle injustice. He believed firmly in the law. That's why he pursued the career that he pursued. He knew that no one should be above the law, and he used the law to defend and stand up for victims, those on the margins, the voiceless. He used the law for right, to do right. And ultimately, that's why Pat Finucane was targeted, that's why he was set up, and that's why he was murdered. So a message has gone from this House tonight, Cathaoirleach, a very important message, which I have no doubt will, because it should be heard. It is in a chorus of messages in recent days and weeks and months, and going back decades, led in the first instance and driven by Geraldine Finucane and her family, and that is that there should be a full, public and independent inquiry into the murder of Pat Finucane.
Thank you, Senator. Is the motion agreed to?
Agreed.
Motion agreed. Could I call on the acting leader in relation to the adjournment of the House? When is it proposed to sit again? 10:30 tomorrow?
Tomorrow morning.
10:30 tomorrow morning. Is that agreed? In the Dáil chamber? Agreed. Agreed. House stands adjourned to